Hi everyone, it's Norma, and I am doing a video on my semi-annual sale haul that I did yesterday at my white barn. And I'm sitting on the floor doing this because I'm doing some reorganization, trying to organize my candles and clear off my floor a little bit. So I got things everywhere. So right now the only place I have to film this is on the floor. So here we go, because I want to get these put away. I'm trying to just clear everything out. So you guys may remember I did the first day of the semi-annual sale. I was traveling for work and I didn't have time to make it to my local White Barn store, but I did go to the outlet and I did do a video on that, so you can check that out. So yesterday was the first chance I actually had a chance to go to my store, like a week after it started. And I'm kind of kicking myself now that I was not able to go on Monday, because the first thing I asked was if they had any chestnut and clove, and they said, well, we did the first day of the sale, it was 75% off, and they all sold out. Okay, so I was looking around, and there was really, I wasn't really interested in a lot of what they had, to tell you the truth. I had a list of things that I was looking for. I was looking for Island Tiare flour from last year. They didn't have it. They didn't have chestnut and clove. They didn't have spiced cinnamon vanilla. They did have what you see before you. These were also on my list. And that was basically it. Anything else I really wasn't interested in. They had some 75% off candles left. They were mostly the one wicks in holiday scents. And I was kind of considering getting maybe some of the fresh balsam, because it was like in the green glass, and a couple of the pumpkin ones, but I didn't. And then someone came and wiped them out of all the 75% off candles. And we were standing in line, and she was talking about YouTube, and it turns out that she is one of my subscribers. And so it was really, really fun running into her. So I'll just do a shout out to Julie. And she was talking about Mambo. And, oh, speaking of Mambo, there he is making an appearance. So that was really fun. It's just, I sit here filming these videos, and my only interaction with the majority of my subscribers is just reading the comments. And a lot of them are also members of my Facebook group, so we chat back and forth. So it's always fun when I actually run into somebody. It's happened a couple times at that White Barn, believe it or not. So far, I don't think I've run into anybody at the Yankee store, but yeah, at that White Barn, I've run into a couple people, so that's really cool. So anyway, I didn't do a whole lot of hauling because there just wasn't a whole lot that I wanted. I did grab what I could find in the sparkling pear Riesling, and I grabbed 2 of the Londons because, as you know, that's one of my favorite. And then I got 1 Istanbul. And then my big exciting find was this pineapple. And I can't believe this pineapple was not on my radar. I was on a wax ban for months and months, so I just haven't been going to the store. And a lot of people were talking about this pineapple. And I was like, well, I got the pineapple from last year. I don't really need another one. Well, man, was I wrong about that. Because when I got home, and I did 3 transactions. I did have the 10 off of 40. And so they had the $10 candle sale. So, not as great as 75% off, but still a pretty good deal. I mean, the haul itself is, it is what it is. But this pineapple, if you guys see this, grab it. Right now it's 50% off. And when I got it home, I compared it to my one from last year, and I was like, holy moly, this one is so much larger. This one actually fits a large jar Yankee candle, where the one from last year only fits a Bath and Body Works or like a smaller tumbler. You can't get a large Yankee candle in there. So you can, in this one, you can get like a Goose Creek candle, you can get a Swan Creek candle. I haven't tried a Kringle, but I think a Kringle would fit in here as well. I'm pretty sure it would. So this is so much more versatile because of the size. So I was so excited. I wanted to go back and get the other one because they had only 2 in my store. And I tried calling, and I was just having a hard time getting the right number to go through. And then I got delayed, so it was probably like an hour and a half before I was able to get back to the store. And I walk in, and the first thing I looked for the pineapple. I didn't see it. I said, "Did you guys sell the last pineapple?" And they said the customer just left. They bought it. They checked in the back, no more pineapple. So I was like, "Oh, darn it!" So anyway, when I was there the first time, I saw that they had some velvet oud candles from Henri Bendel in stock. Now this weekend, Henri Bendel is having 30% off select scents on the website with free shipping. And there was a couple scents that I was interested in. And I was going to place an order, but then I end up doing the Velvet Oud. I had a 20% off coupon. They were 2 for $50. So it was like $100, 20% off. So it was $80 for 4. But people, pay attention. While I was in the store, I checked my Facebook notifications, and somebody, actually I wasn't in the store, it was right before I left to go the second time to the mall. And I checked Facebook, and someone on my Facebook had posted that they were at Victoria's Secrets, and they were selling this candle here for $5. You heard me right, $5. Now these candles normally sell for $30. Every once in a while, they'll have like a 20% off or 25% off. This weekend, they have 30% off select scents. These 2 scents are not included in the sale. $5, that is a steal. So, I mentioned it to the, my sales associate at the White Barn, and they said, yeah, we already went and got one. And they didn't know if there was a minimum purchase or anything. So anyway, I ran to Victoria's Secret, and I picked up a dozen of these. Now, this is the cashmere. Like if you buy it at the White Barn or you get it off the Henri Bendel website, this is the packaging it normally comes in. It's like a taupe color plastic wrap. The ones at Victoria's Secret come in this pink box, and there's no plastic wrap. But it is definitely the same scent. And I was talking to the cashiers there, and they said that they just got them in for their semi-annual sale. It's just a special edition, and they normally never even carry candles. So I know a lot of people in my Facebook group were ordering those online. At first they were buying like 10 because that would get you enough to qualify for the free shipping, because you had to have 50 for free shipping. Lately, when people have been trying to add these to the cart, you're being limited to 7. But just in case you love that scent, cashmere, $5, Victoria's Secret, you can't beat that deal. And if you're just interested in trying it, $5, it's not going to hurt you, right? That's just such an amazing deal. So anyway, there you guys have it. I think I'm done with the semi-annual sale, at least for Bath and Body Works. There, like I said, there's really nothing else there that I want. If I could find another pineapple, I would. I did run to another White Barn, and they didn't have any either. The only 75% candles I saw were holiday ones that I wasn't interested in. They had like fresh balsam, winter, I think it was like apple spice toddy. I mean, I have so many holiday candles, I don't really need any more. So, yeah, that was kind of a bust. So I will not be going back, until they bring out their fall candles. And I also did a little trip to Yankee, so I will show you guys that in another video. If you guys like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe below, and have a blessed day.